How's it going? I'm Ryan, and today I did not take any trades, but we'll go over the SPY and the QQQ charts to take a look at what happened. For now, we're on the daily time frame looking at SPY here. You can see we printed a nice, pretty bullish candle. Came down to test yesterday's opening print, our opening price, pushed quite a bit back up towards the high of day to close, and we can take a look. So coming into the day, in the pre-market, we were kind of ranging between 496 and 497. We had that pre-market high around 497.1 that I was watching. First thing that I was watching for is a break either below 496, this zone, or above this zone. So kind of all this in here, no trades taken. Right off the open, we did get a really nice rejection off of the pre-market high, and I do want to take a look at that on the 2-minute. So on the 2-minute, we pushed up, a lot of volume, closed below that level, subsequent candle, tested it again, and sold all the way back down towards 496. So moving from zone to zone would have been a really nice trade, a little over $1. Didn't take it. Like I said, I was looking for the breakout either to the upside or the downside. Breakout and retest is what I was watching for. Since we had kind of all this consolidation in the pre-market and in the opening hour or so of the day, I wanted to see a breakout and try to get continuation in whichever move we break out. With that being said, you can see that we were holding this bottom zone as support, holding this top zone as resistance. And here we started to make higher lows, but had kind of this zone up here as our resistance. So a bit of a flat top. At this point, we're looking for a bullish breakout. We get that breakout, but when we came down to retest it, we're looking at the 2-minute here. Neither the 2-minute nor the 5-minute gave me an entry I was looking for. So I wanted to see us come down, retest, and print a lower wick, print something that looks a bit bullish. But as we came down into the zone, you can see we kind of just sold straight through it. And I'll switch over to the 5-minute as well so we can take a look at that. Similarly, on the 5-minute, didn't really get that test and confirmation that we were going to hold. Like I said, we just kind of sold right through this zone. So the main setup I was looking for, a break and retest, did not happen. I did not take any trades there, which I'm happy about because I didn't see the setup I liked. I was telling myself, essentially, this should be screaming at me to take the trade, is kind of the parameter that I was trying to hold myself to today. I was trying to say, if it's not completely obvious, oblivious was the wrong word. If it's not completely obvious to take the trade, I don't want to take it. And as you see, we came through and we sold right through that zone. So there was nothing screaming at me to take this trade, that we were going to hold this zone and continue upwards. So I did not take calls on the retest of this zone, which I'm happy. The one trade that I did debate taking here, we formed a bit of a flag after we broke back through this zone. Let me take a look at the 2-minute, and I think it's a little bit more evident on the 2-minute here. So you see we broke below this zone, came up and retested that pre-market high that was giving us a little bit of troubles in the morning before we finally broke through it. I debated taking puts here, looking for a return back down to this 496 area. Did not take that though. Like I said, I was being pretty cautious today, really looking for something to really be obvious. I've been having not the greatest time trading, so really trying to just observe, watch, make an idea of what I think is going to happen, see how it plays out. I was really kind of taking a step backwards today, and just watching and observing. And if something was really, really obvious to me, then I would have taken it. However, that wasn't the case. We did get this little flag here, so we had this sell-off. We had a flag. We were holding below this supply zone. When that flag broke, we made our way promptly down to 496 and even dropped all the way down to almost 495. So pretty nice move, about a $2 drop there. That would have been an insane trade. Hindsight 2020. I was thinking about getting inputs here. I did not. It would have paid off really well. After that drop happened, we started to come up and retest this area. Break and retest is normally what I want to see. I debated taking puts in here, but I didn't. As you can see, we got, 40, 50 cent drop out of there. Could have been a decent scalp, but I did not take any trades. So I was just kind of sitting back and watching. And at this point in the day, around 9, a little after 9, I got off. I logged off. Just accepted that I wasn't taking any trades today. And that was it. We can see how SPY reacted. So some of this price action in here, I don't have any zones for that. Some of it responded really well, especially in the morning when we were ranging, responding really well to my zones. This break and retest, that was probably the most perfect setup all day that in terms of what I was looking for. Either right off the open, that rejection, or this rejection here, that break and retest to the pre-market high. You can see similar thing here. We get up to that pre-market high, reject. Similar thing here, get up to that pre-market high, kind of reject, break above it, find support, and continue up. That pre-market high proved to be a pretty critical level, right on 497.1. So, like I said, new trades on the day, but pretty interesting to see how it played out. What I think is more interesting, however, and I obviously didn't take any trades here, but QQQ, my zones worked almost too well. So you can see where my zones are, reject around that top zone, that pre-market high in the morning, find support here, bounce, make our way back up to this zone, reject off the next zone, all the way down to this, bounce in between for a while, break our way up, find support to the next zone, come down, find support again, back up to the next zone, and so forth. So QQQ traded pretty insane between the levels that I had. Honestly, probably could have had some trades in here, especially like something, and this was after I'd gotten off, but something like this, where we come out and kind of stall out and have that drop back to that zone. That's a pretty nice move. That's about $1 move or more. So there's some trades to be taken. I think really it's just for me to find the setups I feel confident in, get comfortable. I'm trying out kind of this new supply and demand strategy rather than support and resistance. I was getting stopped out a little easily using support and resistance, so I'm trying out these supply and demand zones to give me a little bit more maybe clarity in terms of holding throughout a zone or watching a greater area rather than just a particular level for a bounce or a rejection. Overall, a bit of a choppy day, definitely not really a trending day necessarily. There were some trending moments, you can say, like here we came down, formed a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So there were some moments, but overall the days were a little indecided, I guess we can say. Closed the day a little higher on both SPY and QQQ. But as far as the morning was concerned, we're getting some a little bit choppier price action. Happy with no trades today. Like I said, I've been having a rough couple weeks, so I think just really getting comfortable with things, allowing myself to digest the information in front of me, just putting in lots of screen time, watching, predicting, kind of taking note of, did what I think was going to happen? Was I right? Was I wrong? Etc. I think that's going to help me build that confidence moving forward. So if something's really obvious, if it's really screaming at me to take it, I'll take it. But I think for the remainder of this week, I'm going to for sure just keep charting my zones, keep applying, this strategy, trying to refine it, understand if I'm looking at things wrong or what I'm looking at that is working. Just take my time. I'm in no rush necessarily. I'm not, even when I was making money rather than losing it, I wasn't making a ton of money. So there's no rush. This isn't how I support myself. I really just want to make sure I'm kind of understanding things and getting things right before I dive into them further. And I think after having a rough couple weeks, taking a step back and allowing myself to take no trades, allowing myself just to sit there and watch the market is going to benefit me in the long run. So SPY and QQQ, to wrap it up, traded very similarly, kind of ranging a little bit, getting that fake breakout, pulling back, testing the pre-market high before dumping. They traded pretty similarly today, finishing a little higher than they opened, So I think QQQ respected my zones a little better than SPY. SPY had maybe some unexpected pivot points that I didn't have zones in those regions, so that gives me an opportunity to look at the SPY chart in general, see if I was missing some things when I was charting that. Like I said, worked a little better on QQQ, so I think as long as I'm applying the same principle, should work out on both. But that's all I got for you. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, no trades today. I'm gonna try to slow things down, really just apply myself and try to learn. And that's all I have. I do trade live Monday through Friday. So thank you for watching. If you want to stop by at any point the stream, please do. We'd love to have you. And thank you again for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.